How did Mama June lose 65 pounds without Ozempic? Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. In the world of reality television, few figures have undergone transformations as visible and as scrutinized as Mama June Shannon. Known for her unapologetic persona, colorful family, and roller coaster personal life, she has been the subject of public fascination for over a decade. But among all her dramatic moments, few have turned heads quite like her recent weight loss. While the entertainment world is currently captivated by the rise of weight loss drugs like Ozempic, Mama June's new slimmed-down silhouette sparked a different kind of intrigue. Unlike many celebrities who have quietly or openly embraced pharmaceutical assistance, she shed 65 pounds without the aid of Ozempic. That revelation shocked fans. The question wasn't just how, but how else could someone accomplish such a feat in today's quick-fix culture? The answer lies in a deeply personal, profoundly human journey, one that didn't rely on shortcuts, but instead on reclaiming self-worth, restoring discipline, and rewriting patterns built over a lifetime. Beyond the before and after, Mama June has never shied away from showing her imperfections. Her rise to fame came with candor, chaos, and real-life struggle. Everything from family turmoil to addiction and controversial relationships. Her body, much like her life, has transformed dramatically in the public eye, often in tandem with emotional and mental upheaval. This time, however, the change wasn't just cosmetic. It wasn't for a network, a premiere, or a headline. It was for her. And that made all the difference. A shift from desperation to discipline. In the past, Mama June had turned to medical interventions, including gastric sleeve surgery, to aid her initial weight loss. But that chapter was fraught with complications, including dependency battles and backslides that made progress hard to maintain. Eventually, a choice had to be made, one rooted not in vanity or pressure, but in survival. A moment arrived where she realized that health wasn't just a goal, it was a necessity. She knew she had to stop looking for magic fixes and start doing the work, patiently, day by day. The new path required something Ozempic couldn't offer: ownership. Food as fuel, not comfort. Emotional eating had once been a constant companion in Mama June's life. Food was often more than sustenance. It was a source of comfort, distraction, and even celebration during times of chaos. Processed snacks, fast food, sugary drinks, these became automatic go-tos. That had to change, and it did. Mama June started to strip her pantry of the processed chaos and brought in color, freshness, and balance. Whole vegetables replaced empty carbs. Lean proteins became the centerpiece of meals. Refined sugars were swapped out for natural alternatives. Water, once an afterthought, took center stage. Instead of starving herself or resorting to unsustainable crash diets, she leaned into nourishment. Meals became moments of intention. She learned how to listen to her body again, and it slowly began responding in kind. Movement with meaning. Once the diet began shifting, her energy followed. But rather than throw herself into an aggressive gym routine, Mama June started small. Walks around the neighborhood, short and slow at first, began to lengthen with time. These daily strolls were as therapeutic as they were physical. They gave her a sense of rhythm, clarity, and a new relationship with her environment. Later, she incorporated low-impact strength training and stretching to build endurance. No trainers, no boot camps, no pressure to perform. Just progress. Simple, unglamorous, and steady. As her confidence grew, so did her pace. She began taking pride in sweating not to shrink, but to strengthen. This wasn't about chasing a number. It was about rediscovering agency. The silent strength of mental health. Perhaps the most important part of her weight loss wasn't measured in pounds, inches, or calories, but in the mental shift that came with healing. Years of trauma, addiction recovery, and public scrutiny had taken a deep emotional toll. Shame, guilt, and low self-worth had long dictated her choices. But this time she turned inward. Therapy became a tool, not a taboo. Journaling turned into a daily practice. Meditation helped her quiet the noise of social media and critical eyes. Instead of reacting, she began responding. Her emotional toolkit deepened, and with that came a freedom she hadn't known in years. Food no longer served as an escape. Exercise wasn't punishment. Self-care wasn't selfish, it was survival. Consistency over perfection. In the age of instant results and curated before and after photos, Mama June's journey was refreshingly real. There were days when progress felt invisible, moments when old cravings crept back in, weeks when the scale didn't budge. But she didn't quit. Her routine wasn't perfect. Some days included setbacks. Emotional stress still lingered, especially with ongoing family challenges. But instead of spiraling, she regrouped. Her success wasn't the absence of failure. It was her refusal to let failure stop her. That mindset, resilience over perfection, is what turned 5 pounds into 65. A support system that stuck. Change is hard. Changing alone is harder. Mama June surrounded herself with people who believed in her potential. Not enablers, not yes people, but supporters who held her accountable. They walked with her, cooked with her, and reminded her why she started when things got tough. Her inner circle shifted from chaos to calm, from criticism to care. That sense of community allowed her to trust again, both in others and in herself. This quiet, steady encouragement made all the difference when the cameras were off. Living in the present, planning for the future. With 65 pounds gone, Mama June now approaches life with a different lens. She no longer seeks validation in magazine headlines or social media approval. Her energy is now channeled into living, not just existing. She's more active with her family. Outings are less about food and more about fun. Her health no longer holds her back from spontaneous moments, whether it's a walk on the beach or a trip to the store without exhaustion. Her transformation isn't just about loss. It's about what she gained: stamina, clarity, confidence, and control. What sets her journey apart? What makes Mama June's weight loss so compelling isn't just that she did it without Ozempic. It's that she did it while confronting the very demons that once threatened to consume her. She didn't rely on a prescription or a shortcut. She faced the roots of her habits, the triggers that pulled her down, and the realities that made food a coping mechanism. She dared to believe that healing was possible the long way, and she proved it. In an industry quick to reward the fast fix, Mama June showed that slow and steady is still possible, still valuable, still powerful. The message beneath the transformation. For those watching from afar, whether fans, skeptics, or people navigating their own health journeys, Mama June's story is a reminder that true change requires internal renovation before external renovation. It requires saying no to convenience and yes to courage. It demands patience in a world of pressure. And above all, it means doing the work when no one else is watching. Mama June's body changed, but more importantly, her relationship with herself did. She learned to treat herself with the kind of compassion she had long given to others. And from that place of self-respect, everything else followed. The road ahead. Though 65 pounds are behind her, Mama June's journey continues. Maintenance is now the mission. Sustainability is the new success. She continues to prioritize her mental health, stick to her wellness routines, and protect the boundaries she fought hard to build. Temptations still exist, but the difference now is that she meets them with tools, not just willpower. With a new sense of direction, Mama June has reclaimed her narrative, not as a reality show punchline or tabloid headline, but as a woman who took control when no one thought she could.